Here we are at Fort Hill in the Vicksburg Military National Park. Give you an idea of what it looks like from down on the lower end here. See all the way over to there. That's actually not the river either. That is the Yazoo Diversion Area Canal. Shoots right up that way. The river changes course naturally. Back in 1890 something, so after the war, it cut through where Grant was wanting to get his dig his canal. So, but this was one of the most fortified cities in the Confederacy. This was the key to the South. Abraham Lincoln said that. He said, Vicksburg is the key. If we don't have that key in our pocket, then we are not going to win this war. So here we're coming up into the batteries themselves. I'll go ahead and flip it around. Like the grass needs to be cut. So you can see, kind of see a echo. That's what they'd keep all the ammunition down in that hole right there. Come back up over here. And there would have been a lot more cannons. It wouldn't have been this nice walkway to walk through it all. But this gives you a better idea of it. This kind of shows you the city itself. The river and the fortifications. Could you imagine being in a gunboat trying to make that bend right there? That's actually where the bend came through, right around that way. Made zero down, put Vicksburg right on the forefront of the river there. And over here we have Confederate cannons. And we were kids, these cannons were all concreted in where they couldn't be moved. But when my dad was in high school, they would pick the cannons up and drive them around. He was born in 1929. This is Johnston's Company, Tennessee Heavy Artillery, River Batteries, Army of Vicksburg. Captain T.N. Johnston, detachment of the company, served one 3-inch rifle in this position, Fort Hill, on May 19th to the end of the fence in July 4th, 1863. You kind of see that. And these markers that are red are for the Confederacy, and you see a blue marker, it is for the Union. This is Cavalry States Company B, 14th Mississippi Light Artillery Battalion, Smith Division, Army of Vicksburg. Captain J.H. Yates, second section of the company under Lieutenant W.J. Shelton, served 2 6-pound guns and 1 24-pounders siege guns in this position, Fort Hill, from the morning of May 19th until June 21st, when the siege guns were disabled and having a terminal crack nearly off. Terminal crack nearly off. It was then loaded with carp and remained in this position, ready to be fired in the case of an assault. The 2 6-inch pounders guns were served as to the end of the defense in July 14, 1863. Report casualties of this battalion during the defense: wounded 3. So they couldn't even get anybody up here. So, but this is Fort Hill. That's going into the park right there. It's over 1,400 monuments and markers throughout here. Kind of get an idea of the. Go through here. All right. You see the city way off to the side there. We're in the northern part of Vicksburg, so it's where history happened, right where we're standing. So, of course, there's a lot of safety stuff with it now, with the government being in charge of it. when we were kids, we could come out here and play football if we could find a flat land. There wasn't much. We played in one spot over on the Union side. When they were, it was a good town to grow up in because we ended up, they turn over a road or something. We would go and get, go and get, you could, it would turn up mini balls, bayonets, all kind of stuff. They just cut the topsoil up, and you just walk down there and find it, arrowheads, everything. Like I said, it was a great place to grow up. So, but we're now headed back to the truck. It got a couple more markers down here. We'll go back and read, see what we can come up with here. A lot of steps, but Vicksburg was the key and to the Confederacy. It kept the southern states connected, and it would be Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and they all kept supplied with men first off. Then you have wheat, feed, hay, horses, beef, the whole work. So just to tell you who else was Tennessee: River Battery, 1st Heavy Artillery, Colonel A. Jackson Jr., Company A, Paul. So you can see that. So, all right, thank you very much.